Chartered accountants in industry are the backbone of financial stewardship, governance, and strategic decision making, shaping and driving the future across sectors. Namaskar and warm welcome to all. Chartered accountants play pivotal roles as CFOs, CEOs, auditors, strategists, and policy advisors, upholding the core values of integrity, excellence, and independence. They are at the forefront of driving governance, financial discipline, and strategic success through initiatives like specialized knowledge programs, national conferences, CFO summits, awards, campus placements, and leadership development. The CMIB nurtures an ecosystem where our members can excel, innovate, and contribute meaningfully to Viksit Bharat 2047. Let us together script the new chapter of professional excellence, economic growth, and ethical leadership. ICAI is immensely proud of each one of you. Thank you.
In this present global panorama, marked by rapid regulatory and technological disruptions, the demand of chartered accountants have grown manifold not only in India but across the world. CAs are playing a pivotal role in protecting the public interest by being a custodian of the financial landscape. Chartered accountants are also playing an important role in promoting the adoption of innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning. The increased adoption of these new-gen technologies is contributing to the ease of doing business and are paving the way for a brighter future. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is deeply committed to creating a comprehensive professional ecosystem that meets the changing needs of society. A multitude of progressive initiatives have been developed to equip chartered accountants with the knowledge and the skills required to take on the new challenges of the 21st century. I would like to reiterate that chartered accountants have been and will continue to be at the forefront of driving economic growth in India. At ICAI, we are dedicated to our members and will continue to strive for their success.
I think the best time for the chartered accountants is this time. We have to see that whether we are the practicing chartered accountant or chartered accountant in industry, how we can develop our own platform. When the entities from other parts of the world can come into India and can have 10,000, 20,000 chartered accountants using our own members. Why our Indian entities should not develop in such a way? Prime Minister Modi is trying his level best that how we can have Indian Big Four. It should be our mission and vision of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, of all of you. But you see, the Prime Minister Modi ji is coming forward to see that how the government can handhold, how government can motivate, how government can have the policies that our own Indian chartered accountants can have their own platforms and they can be multinational consultancy firms, multinational practicing units, multinational GCC. And so I will urge all of you who are the real brand ambassadors of the CA profession in industry to see that how we can engage more and more chartered accountants with us, how we can try to see that how we can develop our own platforms, and if India is going to be the third largest economy of the world.
मैं आईसीआई का एक इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल कहता हूं। हमारे प्रेसिडेंट ने विश्वसनीय अपना सूत्र बनाया है जिससे हम जो ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन भारत का होने वाला विकसित भारत की तरफ, उसमें हम अहम भूमिका निभाएं और हम इंश्योर करें कि ये कंट्री और आगे ग्रो करे। बहुत सारे एरियाज़ में चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स और इंस्टीट्यूट का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है। मैं अगर ये बात करूं कि जब जीएसटी इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ था तो अगर ऑफिसर्स को भी ट्रेन करने का काम किया था तो आपके इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ने किया था। आज अगर देश का टैक्स कलेक्शन बढ़ रहा है तो उसमें भी आपके चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री कहते हैं कि एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट का सिग्नेचर एक प्रधानमंत्री के सिग्नेचर से ज़्यादा वैल्यू रखता है। दैट इज़ द इम्पॉर्टेंस ऑफ योर ओन इंस्टीट्यूट। तो आप इससे जुड़े रहे।
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm overwhelmed. I'm excited looking at the crowd that has come here, and I'm reminded of the days when your institute started. All of you are aware that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India was set up an Act of Parliament way back on 1st July 1949. Last message of the day, we have to keep performing for this great country, making it the superpower of the world and empowering our fellow members so that all of us can create history, breach benchmarks. Thank you so much.
Let's talk about two very important panels which are going to come up, and we'll try to make it as crisp, as engaging as possible. Big round of applause to all the panelists who is over here. To Vikram sir, to please make us understand in this volatile environment, when we talk about a VUCA world, which is highly volatile, highly uncertain, complex and ambiguous, cash is the ultimate measure of resilience. What specific technological or process changes have you implemented to move from monthly or weekly cash view to intraday liquidity visibility?
Very nice question. In BMW, what we have done is we have innovated, and the banks have also supported us, and we get the information on a real-time basis, and we keep a track of it. And we are also using the artificial intelligence modules to get on top of it, to ensure that we get the data on time, and we take prompt action and corrective action if needed.
Coming to the cost, and I want either Sanjay ji or Vikram, because I have two very interesting questions for both of you. Whoever wants to take that, please let me know. Cost. How does CFO champion a cost-conscious culture across the entire organization?
Sanjeev, it's a very pertinent question right now. Basically, what is cost? So earlier cost is basically considered as an expenditure to us. Now, it is not only a mere expenditure nowadays, it has to create a value. So cost should have a value, that we create a value. Now, cost-conscious environment in the organization is very essential. See, it is very essential for each member of the finance team, and not only the finance team, but the entire organization as a whole, to understand what is a good cost and what is a bad cost.
Absolutely.
So basically, what a bad cost? So missing compliances, fine, penalties, not following the certain standards of the organization SOP, you will incur bad cost. So you have to just have a control on the bad cost. You should flourish the good cost and create value for the organization, and that is the way you should look into cost. Cost is the pillar to success and to the prosperity for any organization.
So Sanjay ji, a very generic and a very relevant question for this panel, which is rethinking cash, cost and capital. What is there to rethink in the current situation as far as your role as a CFO is concerned?
First, like to tell about the cash flow thing, because cash is actually definitely the king in the sense that, you see, whether you do revenue, whether it's revenue or whether it's anything, profits, unless it is turned into cash, it has no meaning. So we are in a consumer industry, consumer goods industry. So we always pay emphasis कि जब तक cash नहीं आया तब तक वो sale का कोई मतलब नहीं है. So in fact cash flow is so important that we have in our organization also, and we feel that in the industry also, a lot of things are actually linked to the cash flow. भाई आपका revenue करने से नहीं होगा काम, cash flow आना होगा, cash flow आएगा तब होगा.
Little diluted back into our chairman, who is again going to speak from the ICAI standpoint. What new competencies or frameworks do you believe CFO must adopt to balance this cost efficiency so that we get out of this cost with innovation and sustainable value creation in 2026?
I think from industry the persons are there, but of course we are trying our level best to see that how we chartered accountants, I was just discussing with all of you, that we are trying to see that how my members in industry can have the expert knowledge of the AI, because manually it is very difficult to take care of the cash management or the capital management, working capital management. So how we can use the AI modules for the development of our cash management and the capital management, I think that is very important. We are trying to enable each and every chartered accountant. We are outreaching to all of you. I will request all of you to see that how we can use the AI module for that. And in the cash management, I think that time has gone, that our focus was there earlier for generating historical liquidity reports, what happened. But now to provide strategic foresight and predictive intelligence, what should we do? I think that is the need of our. This is achieved by leveraging AI-enabled cloud platforms for planning, busting, and real-time scenario modeling. And that's why I was telling all of you that the newly qualified chartered accountants who have lived in the technology, who can adopt the technology, who can help out the industry by using the technology and AI, their contribution is great, really great. So we should try to see that how we should have the expert chartered accountant having the best of the technical knowledge, having the best of the expertise in AI, and I think that would be really very helpful for the cash management and the capital management.
Very good, sir. So thank you so much, sir. And to all the panelists, we have Vikram ji. We try to make it a little more informal so that we get more engaged. To Puranjit ji, to Sanjay ji, thank you so much for being the panelist. And my request to all of you and to all the CFOs, please connect yourself more deeper with ICAI. With that, thank you so much. That's the end of today's session.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to be here. It gives me immense pleasure to be in the esteemed company of our panelists here. Let's have a round of applause for all of them, please. So, Rajesh ji, to kick off the things, let's start with you, right? So, how have you seen the role of CFOs evolve over the year?
So, if I take the role of CFOs, previously, they used to look after the finance, the accounting, and few other things. But with time, we have changed. Now we are one who guide the business, one who analyze the business, who plans the business, and ensure that the business grows.
So, coming to Joydeep sir, taking cue from there, right, if you can just share a few anecdote or your recent experience where you have seen that CFOs have really turned around a company based on just strategy.
Thank you very much. See, the world has changed. So has the CFOs, okay? Earlier, it was the CFOs were scorekeepers. From scorekeepers to strategists, okay? Earlier, the questions was, पिछले महीना कैसा था, last month how it was. Okay, now we people talk about how it will be in the coming quarter. So the basic concepts have changed. So from there, what my experiences have been that the CFOs have been more on a collaborative purpose, and instead of the CFO, they are lovingly called FBP, the finance business partners. So now, as finance business partners, they interact with the CMO, the CHRO, and the head of CIO, CTO, just to drive the growth and make the business profitable.
Coming to you, Monica Mohta, right?
Thank you, Rohit.
Yeah, you're from the metallic industry, right? The numbers are big, and we can see that the KPIs are always evolving, right? So how these evolving KPIs and how you are strategically using it to prove a positive outcome that is very much driving the growth of your company?
When we had Industry 2.0, since we belong to the industry, I speak about Industry 2.0 to Industry 4.0. So we were only collecting the data. Industry 3.0, we were analyzing that data. And Industry 4.0, we were forecasting on that data. So now what and what next and how? So those questions, that is how the CFOs who are omnipresent in each and every process of the company has to work upon. They have to collect the collection of the data, the technology is taking care. The analysis of the data, the AI is taking care. But what we are taking care now is forecasting with that data and guiding all the CXOs of the company. So when you talk about my industry, which is basically heavy metals, a small decision changes a lot of in the top line and the bottom line.
Now coming to Mr. Ravi Kumar Patwa, sir, how is ICAI preparing its members for this strategic leadership role, perhaps through specialized post-qualification training or collaboration with business schools?
You know, ICAI conducts many post-qualification courses for chartered accountants, including courses which are in tie-up with top business schools of the country, which includes IIMs like IIM Lucknow, IIM Raipur, IIM Ahmedabad. Now these courses, along with other post-qualification courses, which are conducted by ICAI on different aspects of business leadership, treasury management, enterprise risk management, and all these things, they ensure that leadership qualities are developing. So these courses ensure that the leadership qualities develop. They ensure that strategic thinking develops among members in industry. Of course, the courses with IIMs, etc., are open to members in practice and members in entrepreneurship as well. But then they are more targeted towards members in industry. And this is how ICAI is trying to, develop these qualities among the members.
So, sir, since you're talking about leveraging technology, are there any specific platforms that you have been using or the CFOs or the upcoming finance professionals can use for betterment of their job or, making their work seamless?
Yeah, so I am using for example, my entire MIS, I am using SAP Analytics Cloud, which is a completely automated MIS system. So hardly any intervention of my team required. For my modern trade, quick commerce, e-commerce, I use it 100% AI-based technology called Javis. That is, you don't need any people intervention. It is end-to-end e-commerce, daily warehouse. That is a dark store to my factory and dispatch done. For my, as I said, for my sales and distributor, I have a Bizom is a platform which is a distributor management and Salesforce. So we use all relevant technology. For example, today I can say my office is completely paperless. For procurement, I use Ariba. For my employee expenses, I use Make My Trip. So I have no paper in my office. Employee expenses, I have a tool. I have for vendor expenses, I have a tool, sales automatic. So today the idea is that you have no choice. You have to make your office paperless so that you can help more insight, data-driven insight. Today days gone where we talk about top line and bottom line. Today you have to go for customer life cycle. Today you have to go for lines per call. Today you have to talk about what is the average basket size, repeat order, unit economics. So that the metrics are going to change right now. And suitably you have to use for our own organization. We can't use blanket saying that use everything. What is relevant is important for us. So, sometimes we should be balancing in this environment is very, very critical.
Mr. Sandeep Agarwal, Sir, what is the most critical non-financial insight you brought to a recent executive decision that materially changed a growth strategy or redirected your company's future?
I can share one experience which I had in my present company where I'm working, Imami Agrotech. So, you know, we produce edible oil, we refine it, and you know, it is being used by everybody in the country. Edible oil is a daily way of our life. So we produce certain byproduct also in the processing. When we refine the crude edible oil, there are certain byproducts are generated and we used to sell in the market. So I joined them in 2021, in fact, and 22, then we were thinking of further expansion, that we should increase our capacity further. Though we have large capacity, means we are the third largest producer in the country, but still we wanted to add more capacity. Then as a CFO, I was not very convinced because capacity utilization itself was about 55-60%, and we add further capacity that will not add value because that allocation of capital is not a prudent allocation of capital. So as a chartered accountant or as a CFO, then I thought, what next? What value we can derive out of this? And in 2018, Government of India came out with a new biofuel policy. And as per that policy, we can produce biofuel, which is biodiesel, out of the waste or byproduct what we generate and we are selling in the market. So then, as a CFO, I advised the management and the board, why don't we expand further on the biofuel? Because this will give us better ROI, and of course, we will add to the sustainability goal of the country also. So with that perspective, we put up biodiesel facilities further by allocating that capital in that area. And now we are the largest biofuel producer in the country. We have the largest capacity and we are catering to all the three oil marketing companies, and biodiesel is being mixed with the diesel and being used in day-to-day life. So that has added tremendous value in the organization, and in fact, we have recently created a vertical of green energy in our company. So where we are focusing on biofuel, we are focusing on solar or compressed biogas or green methanol, hydrogen, all these verticals. So with that particular idea, I am the business head of that green vertical.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you today. Thank you, CA Rajesh Sharma. Thank you, CA Ravi Kumar Patwa, CA Joydeep Mukherjee, CA Monica Mohta, CA Sandeep Agarwal, CA Vivek Agarwala for your kind presence. Thank you so much.